What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Saturday, June the 7th, 2014. As always, first link below is going to take you over to the Blogspot post. That's where you can find all this madness I'm about to give you. What is up with all these shootings and stabbings this week? Here's the latest one. Georgia courthouse shooter had explosives, assault rifle, sheriff says. Was he not a former TSA agent or something like that? Or was that something else? You know, false flags or not, I'm sure, it's going to be like Rahm Emanuel says, never let a good crisis go to waste. Just craziness. No doubt this will all be used for the anti-gun agenda. I'll put a link to that. We had the other one, 1 dead, 3 wounded in a shooting at Seattle Pacific University. That was June 5. I'll put a link to that. Report, stabbing at Naval Medical Center in Virginia. This came out June 6. I didn't see anything about this on the mainstream. Put a link to it from NBC News. We got 3 Canadian police officers killed in spray of gunfire. What are the gun laws like in Canada? I'll put a link to this. Meanwhile, we got Chili's and Sonic banning guns from restaurants. This from Tri-State on 5:30. This is a little late, but I'll put a link to it. Meanwhile, the other big news this week, the NRA comes out and says, let's see, NRA calls open carry rallies downright weird. Really? And then people started burning their NRA cards. Go check out Lone Star 1776, his last video. And then the next link goes to this. NRA apologizes for calling open carry protests weird and scary. Yeah, because people are walking away from you. It's time for some damage control. Anyway, open carry Kansas kicks it up a notch. Shout out to this guy. He's got a bazooka. Put a link to it from Bearing Arms. Right on. KTLA 5 has this. 8 homes evacuated after military jet crashes into neighborhood. Other news now. A couple plane crashes this week. Had another one. Philadelphia. Check this out. Philadelphia Inquirer co-owner among 7 killed in Massachusetts plane crash. Who did he piss off, I wonder? Put a link to it. Got one from RT. Armed and dangerous political consultant in custody following nationwide manhunt. This was the guy out in California. Check out Monograph's last few videos. He's got some stuff on that. Very interesting stuff. One more in the general bin. Obama chomps on gum during D-Day anniversary event. Wow, classy, Mr. President. I'll put a link to this. Over to financial news. Soaring jobs report leads to another Dow record. Dow raises 88 points to close at 16,924, 17,000. Here we come. Put a recap of that. Meanwhile, economy recovers all jobs lost. Economy recovers all jobs lost in Great Recession. Don't celebrate yet. I'll put this link from the LA Times. Must be going good for somebody. Meanwhile, Zero Hedge has this. Has the next recession already begun for America's middle class? This come out 5/31. Got this from RT, not in Colorado, apparently. Check this out. Crime down and revenue is up in Colorado since the start of marijuana legislation. Right on. Go Colorado. Got one more in the financial bin. Study examines efficiency of taxes on sugary drinks. We couldn't ban sodas. Now we're going to tax them. Put a link to it. We're over to New World Order and Police State News now. Holder announces task force on homegrown terrorists. Really, well, I hope you and your boss are at the top of that list, although Obama would be more of a Kenyan-born terrorist. I'll put a link to this. Of course, they're going after, dissenters. Off-Grid Survival has a story on this as well. Obama shifts focus from Islamic terrorists to American citizens, forms domestic law enforcement group, yada yada, June 4. I'll put a link to this. More of the same. Meanwhile, the Secret Service wants software to detect sarcasm in social media users. I think they're talking about going after Twitter, following Twitter in real time for any criticism of our great president. Time has this. NSA collects millions of facial photos daily, says Snowden documents. This came out June 1. What else is new? Meanwhile, check this out. Google is building 180 satellites to spread the internet access worldwide. Go back and watch the video on YouTube at New World Order, or The New World Order is Here, I believe is the title. Tell me there's not some resemblance. Worldwide Google Net. Right on. The LAPD is talking about its new tool to fight crime, drones. Be advised, if you're in LA, you're going to see drones flying around for your own safety. Meanwhile, chair of the Federal Gun Violence Prevention Task Force introduces wide-ranging gun control bill. I've seen everything this week, from gun control to restraining orders. Family members, somebody that knows you says you're about to do something stupid, they come confiscate your guns, make it so you can't buy any more guns. Shall not be infringed, I guess. Shall be infringed under certain circumstances. Meanwhile, the Chicago Tribune runs this. Weapon confiscation, only effective method to prevent gun deaths. Come on, May 30th. mainstream paper in Chicago. Meanwhile, BBC News, check this out. Doctors say kitchen knives. Doctors want ban on sharp-pointed kitchen knives. Say that will help to stop stabbing deaths. Of course, ban knives. I've been saying that all along. Breaking, Border Patrol Sector to release 500 illegal aliens per week into the U.S. This is from Breitbart. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, they're constantly going after the First Amendment, trying to take our freedom of speech away. Ted Cruz, if you didn't catch his video this week, 5 minutes long. I know not everybody's a fan. I'm certainly not a fan of any politician at this point in time. But send this video to your friends and family that you're trying to wake up. Very, very revealing what he's talking about, repealing the First Amendment. Got one more in the police statement. Federal agent commits suicide in Pittsburgh Homeland Security Office. Do we have another Special Agent Stephen Ivins here? Google that name. FBI Special Agent Stephen Ivins. Apparently walked into the woods and shot himself, what was it, a year or two ago. Now we have a dead federal agent in the Homeland Security Office, apparently of a gunshot wound. Would he not go along with the program? I wonder. Was he suicided? Over to World War III news. This is mostly about Bergdahl this week, because releasing him and releasing these terrorists, I should say. Let me just give you what I got. It's just a cluster mess. More comes out about this guy by the hour. Former squad leader says Bergdahl was seeking out the Taliban. So we have a deserter seeking out the enemy. Any treason? Anyone? I know guilty until proven innocent. Whatever. Meanwhile, Fox News Politics has this exclusive. Check this out. Bergdahl declared jihad in captivity, secret documents show. Now you could say maybe he was forced to do that, but I don't know. A lot of strange stuff coming out of the story. Taliban commander. Check this out. All of you people at the Secret Service that want to monitor homegrown terrorists, and people at the Justice Department that think all the Americans are the bad guys. Taliban commander says Obama's deal is a historic moment for us. Encourages us to kidnap more soldiers. President Obama, you frickin' scumbag. I am so happy my best friend's about to get out of the military. I would not advise anyone to join the U.S. military at this point. Got a couple more. Yahoo News has this. Report, freed Taliban commander vows to return to war against the U.S. One of the people that was released vows to return to the war against the U.S. Newly freed soldiers, Idaho hometown cancels rally amid backlash. That's a great idea. Screw that scumbag deserter. Administration official, check this out. Talk about stabbing the military in the back, double time. Administration official calls troops who served with Bergdahl psychopaths. Oh, because all these guys are speaking up saying he's not a hero, he deserted us. Oh, they're all psychopaths now. What is this freaking crap? Got a couple more here. FBI. Anybody remember the name Michael Hastings? Why was the FBI investigating Michael Hastings' reporting of Bo Bergdahl? Very interesting. He died in a car crash, did he not? Got a couple more in the World War III bin, unrelated. North Korea says it's holding another American tourist. Apparently this person, is this the guy that left a Bible in a hotel room? How dare you bring your God into our country? Zero Hedge has this. China sends 4 more fighter jets to oil rig area as Vietnam threatens legal action. This come out 6/2. Not sure what's up with that. Got one more in the World War III bin. West ponders how to stop or fight a new Great War. Over to Earth changes in 2012 now. Severe weather possible. Jericho, if I'm saying that right, rolls through the Midwest. Indeed, if you're up in the Iowa, Montana area, some wicked weather come across the Midwest over the week. Put a link to this here. Scientists develop feedback technique to manage uncertainties in solar geoengineering. What on earth is solar geoengineering? Put a link to this. This come out May 2nd. Earthquake swarm detected at Yellowstone National Park. This come out June 3rd. Be advised. Earthquake activity. Yellowstone, what does it mean? I don't know. From the Times of India, volcano-like eruption in a place that I'm not going to butcher the name, somewhere in India. Volcano just opens up. You ever see the movie Volcano? I don't know. Weird. Put a link to it. Sinkhole opens under car in Evansville, Indiana. Put a link to this. Car just driving along. Sinkhole. Boom. Down it goes. Mysterious dancing fireball captured on camera. Where did this happen at? In an English schoolgirl has filmed a dancing fireball. This came out June 5. Or another failed rocket. I don't know. Norway spiral, anyone? Huge blast huge beast asteroid to fly by Earth soon. Live webcast today. Of course, this was June 5th. Indeed, it is going to fly by on June 8th. This thing is several LDs away, but it is huge. I'll put a link to that, and I'll put a link to the JPL data if you want to bring it up. You're going to need Java enabled to look at that. 2014 HQ 124 is what they're calling it. A couple more in the Earth change has been Obama's big environmental move, power plants to cut carbon pollution. Don't worry, the customers will pay for it. And NASA is bringing high-speed internet to the moon. Put a link to it. Not sure why. New smartphone chip. Over to strange and bizarre news now. Actually, that's the last story. Let me get to the first story. Girls, 12, stab. What is this? 7 ABC News. Okay, this is Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Girls, 12, stab Wisconsin friend 19 times in planned attack, cops say. Apparently, they did this to appease some sort of death god on the internet. I don't know. Bizarre story. Some of these people shouldn't be on the internet, in my opinion. Anyway, more in the bizarre bit. Man charged with stealing human skin from hospital. Come out May 30. I don't know what's the matter with people. Mail Online has this. Man in a stolen RV leads police on wild chase before crashing into homes and stripping to his underwear. The bath salts made me do it. More zombie-like activity. Intoxicated man 49 arrested after calling 911 7 times in 4 hours because his wife threw out his beer. Woman, don't throw out my beer. Oh, that's like some King of the Hill stuff. Anyway, cow manure fetish man jailed for 5 years. Cow manure fetish. Reminds me of Back to the Future. Meanwhile, check this out. Bird poop self-portrait on car window. Literally. Talented bird, I would say. Put a link to that. Got a couple more. Police investigate church after poster warning about hell. You're all going to go to hell. You need to investigate that church. Anyway, and at the last link I got for you here, new smartphone chip will beam high-definition holograms as early as 2015. Reminds me of the movie Total Recall, where the chick's playing tennis with that hologram. For all of the news, please check out my favorite videos. I have favorited quite a few videos over the past week. Thank you to everybody who puts out content. At least pull it up and scan over the title, see if there's anything you don't know about. Got a few shout-outs this week. Shout-out to Tactical Firearms. I love what they put on their sign, I guess, out in front of their business. I'm not going to tell you what it says. I will tell you I very much support that message. You're going to have to pull it up to read it. Right on. Shout out to Patriot Bikers to protest Maya Angelou's funeral. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I apologize. Patriot Bikers to protect Michael Angelou's funeral from Westboro Baptist Church protest. Right on. Shout out to you guys. Screw those scumbags. Father chases truck into fleeing car. I can't speak right this evening. Father crashes truck into fleeing car after suspect drove close to the kids. Dad took his big truck, decided he was going to stop the bad guy. Right on. Shout out to him. Shout out to whoever put this video together. Red Pill Revolution. Santa Barbara shooting hoax. Actor Richard Martinez exposed. 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Those of you who think it's a false flag shooting out in Santa Barbara, you're going to love this video. Those of you who buy the official story, you're going to say, that's absolutely disgusting. I'll put a link to it anyway. I think it was very well done. And shout out to Josie, Outlaw. I came across her video. She put out November 30, 2013. When resistance becomes duty. I recommend. This video only has 65,000 views. It ought to have 65 million in my opinion. Take that video, post it everywhere. Solid message. I could not agree more. Definitely big shout out to her. Put a link to it at the bottom. That's all I got this week. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up and a +1. Or give me a thumbs down if you think it's the worst of YouTube. You never want to see it again. Just please rate the video. It helps it move around. I appreciate it. Also, hit the share button. Send it out to everybody. I try to cover as much news as I can in 10 or 20 minutes. Probably a shorter report this week. I don't know what the timer says. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Just a bunch more madness. You can also follow me on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and all that. All those links are always at the bottom. You guys know that. If you subscribe to me and you don't get my videos, people tell me they don't get them. Follow me on one of those. You'll always get them. That's all I got. What's going to become of all these shootings? What's going to become of this burn deal? We got the Taliban making threats. Oh, they're going to blow up America. Will there be a false flag in June? I don't know. What was the blackjack date? June 21, June 22nd? Never know. Remain vigilant always. Until the next one, you guys take care, stay safe. I will see you on the next one.